Money and sex are huge taboos, right? Isn't that true? Like, people don't really talk about sex, and they don't talk about money, because, you know, that's not polite conversation at a cocktail party, right? You don't tell them how much you really make. You tell them what you want them to hear, right? So, you know, I like to just bring out money and start talking about it, right? Right? So when you see people do something like that, which is not usually a cocktail party activity, right? When you, like if I'm doing that, I want to know whether or not you're having a reaction to that. What? The fact is that most people don't do that, number one, and they don't recognize that there's nothing wrong with having that relationship with money. I'm not worshiping money when I do that. I'm just having a relationship with it. And you know what? If I had my little 2-year-old grandniece up here, right? And I did that exact same thing with her, you wouldn't have any reaction to it, right? You'd say, oh, aw, that's right, aw, right? But with money, there's something that happens internally when that happened. I want you to just check in right now. And I'm not going to ask you to share that yet, because I want you to just really check in with what was that feeling that you just had when she's standing up there kissing money. Because there's this story around it. Money has a charge to it. It absolutely has a charge to it. And the first thing that we have to do is recognize that there is a charge to it, that there is something going on, and that it isn't about the money. It's about what's going on inside of here. Now, the question is, what is that charge and that trigger doing for you? That we have got money so tangled up with so many things that it decides for us what we're worth in life based on outside of us, right? It's not that intrinsic value, it's this extrinsic value that shows up as your car and your house and your job and your emotional state and how well educated you are, right? You see how money gets all tangled up with a whole bunch of different layers that have absolutely nothing to do with your value. Because your value is not based on those things outside of you. It's based on what's inside of you. So where is money getting entangled for you? Just think about that for a second. And when you look at how money's tangled up for you, you can begin to tease out those areas where it is tangled up. You know what? Here's the thing, is that no matter what it is that you believe about money, if it's not in alignment with the value that you have for yourself, you are going to be pushing it away. If it's not in that ecology of money. So what I want to do is tell you right now that you can have as much money as you want. As a matter of fact, it is your divine inheritance to have as much money as you want. Okay? Okay, not everybody has the same money stories. Okay, so I'm going to address several of the money stories, but one of the money stories is you can't be in love with money, right? Money's the root of all evil, right? Or what if I was in love with money and, like any other relationship, what if money doesn't love me back? Right? So if you say that I love money, some of you are like, there's this knot. Okay, what if money doesn't love me back? Or what if I love money so much and I get a lot of it, people won't like me? You know, because don't you see people out there in the world that have a lot of money and you don't approve of what they do? Don't you know people like that? And then we call them greedy, right? And we say things like, ooh, they have money, they are greedy. And as soon as you make that declaration, then what you've done is you've made an assumption about what money does for people. So it's really important that we begin to make peace with our money story and then identify how we move forward from there, because that story is the story that's keeping you stuck.